Temple Emmanuel Academy Day School. And it is my pleasure to be so. This is a very special day today. Not only are we here to celebrate the holidays and to have a wonderful time together, but we're here for another reason. We have some very important people here this morning that would like to speak to you. And I'm going to start off by introducing a gentleman who's the Executive Director of the Builders of Jewish Education. He is a published author. He is a lawyer. He is an expert in Jewish education and issues of teaching Jewish education, and it is my pleasure to introduce to you Dr. Bill Graff.
I'm very happy to be at Emmanuel Academy Day School because my children went to this school, and I see some teachers here who were teachers of my children, and I remember coming to programs in this beautiful auditorium, which is even more beautiful now than it was then. How many of you have parents who ask, what did you do in school today? Did anyone's parent ever ask them that? You could put your hand down. I always ask my children, what did you do in school today? And sometimes they would tell me, I went to Clark Yard. And that was very special to them. They wouldn't always tell me what they learned in school. But one time, one of my children came home from Temple Emmanuel and told me, I heard a story today. And I want to share with you that story that my child told me he heard here at Temple Emmanuel in this auditorium many years ago. And some of you may have heard the story, but I'm thinking about this story because I think it has something to do with Rosh Hashanah. So if you've heard the story, think to yourself, what might the story have to do with Rosh Hashanah, with the new year that we just started? The story is about a king and a queen who had a very, very special diamond. It was a very large diamond. It was very beautiful. It shone in the light. It made bright light, and it brought them very great pleasure. And not every day and not every week, but at special times, they would take out that diamond and look at the diamond. And one day, as they were holding the diamond slipped out of the king's hands, and it fell to the floor. And when he picked up that diamond, there was a scratch in the diamond. And the king and the queen were very sad that their very special diamond had this scratch. One of the king's advisors said to the king, I have an idea about what might be done with that diamond. Could I take the diamond and I will bring it back to you tomorrow? And that advisor knew a man who could take precious stones like that diamond and could make beautiful carvings. And so he took the diamond to that person who used the scratch as the stem of a flower and made around that scratch a beautiful flower. And when the advisor of the king came the next day with that diamond, the king and the queen looked at the diamond and they thought that it was even more beautiful than it had been before. It was no longer a plain diamond, It wasn't a scratch diamond. It was a diamond with a beautiful, beautiful flower that called to their minds the beauty that was outside the palace. And I think the story has something to tell us about Rosh Hashanah. Rosh Hashanah is the start of a new year, a new cycle. And we don't know what's going to happen in the new year. Sometimes things will happen in the new year that are wonderful surprises, and we're so happy about them. But sometimes things in the year happen that aren't things we would have wanted to have happen. But what we need to keep in mind and try to do throughout the year is to think about how we can do what we can with the experiences that we have and try to make them better, even though at first they may not seem to be exactly the way we would hope for them to be. There are some people in the world who look around them and ask the question, what can I do to make things better? And there is an organization that is in this great community of Los Angeles called the Milken Family Foundation, which is an organization that exists to think about how to make things better, especially for children in schools, to help build schools, to help people go to schools, to help teachers be better teachers in schools. And we are very, very lucky today, this morning, that one of the leaders of the Milken Family Foundation that thinks every day about how to make our community better, especially in education, is here at this assembly. So without further words on my part, I'm honored to introduce to you Mr. Richard Sandler of the Milken Family Foundation.
Thank you, Dr. Kraft. Thank you for allowing me to join you here this morning. We have an exciting morning, so I'm glad to see there's already a lot of enthusiasm in the room. I think that's a good thing, because Dr. Graff and I are here today for a special surprise. It's a surprise that's a secret. And right now, I'm the only one, along with Dr. Graff, who knows the secret. But if you work with me, and if you help me this morning, and give me a little attention, not a lot, just a little, we're going to share the secret with everybody here. And it's a secret about your school. It's a special day that has to do with your school. So maybe I can get some help about the secret. Because the secret has to do with something, let's just use the word excellence. It has to do with excellence. Who here knows what excellence means? Here, you want to come up here and tell us what it means? Come on up. First of all, stand right here. Give me your name and what grade you're in.
My name is Jordan and I'm 3rd grade.
Okay, you're in 3rd grade. So what does excellence mean?
Perfect and amazing.
Perfect and amazing. That was perfect and amazing. Thank you, Jordan. Okay, so we're here to talk about something that's perfect and amazing. I think that's about as good a definition as I've ever heard, so thank you. So, what is perfect and amazing? Well, let's see. It also has to do with those people that come to school every day to help us, and as Dr. Graff said, to make our lives better. The people that get up every morning and say, what can we do to help the students at the Emmanuel Academy? So who can tell me who those people are that come here every day to make our lives better? Who are those people? Does anybody know? Young lady, you want to come on up here? So far, everybody's been really helpful, so thank you for listening, because this is going to get exciting here. And your name and grade?
I'm Adina and I'm in 5th grade.
Okay, Adina, who are those people that come every day?
Our
teachers.
There are teachers. Thank you, Adina. Okay, so we've heard about excellence and we've heard about our teachers. And the fact is, our teachers have the most important job in our society. And we don't always say thank you enough to our teachers. They are the ones that make the difference in who we become as we grow up. Without our teachers, we are not going to learn, we're not going to be able to take our place in society. We recognize it everywhere else. I read this morning about the Nobel Prize for chemistry. I read about the Nobel Prize for poetry. There is the playoffs going on right now in baseball, and there'll be a Cy Young winner, and there'll be a most valuable player. There was a few weeks ago, they had the Emmy Awards, where they gave awards for actors and actresses and writers and directors for television shows. There's the Academy Awards. There are plenty of awards in our world today. But the people that have the most important job, the people that we give the biggest responsibility to, we don't recognize them. We don't give them awards. We don't say thank you enough. And we don't believe that's right. And that's why, it's already been about 20 years ago, Lowell Milken decided at the Milken Family Foundation, we are going to do something about this. We are going to do something about thanking our educators and about recognizing them, and we're going to give them a very special award. And that's what the surprise is today. The surprise is that this special award is going to be given to one of your teachers here at the Emmanuel Academy today. A very special award. There's only 4 of these awards given every year throughout the entire Los Angeles area. I think we're up to, is it 36 schools? I've always at least 1 or 2 off. 38 schools. They always create a new school every year, so I do wrong. So 38 schools, only 4 awards given in 4 schools, and one of them is going to be at the Emmanuel Academy in a couple of months. So what is so special about this particular award? Why are we so excited about it? Well, let's see, what do you get with the award? Number 1, you get a community recognition of excellence at your school, which means you must have an excellent school to have these kind of teachers in your school. And that's why we have the cameras here, the videotape. It will be reported in the newspapers what happens here today. I mean, this is a community event to let the community know that great things are happening here at your school. And another thing you get is you get a community luncheon. We're going to have a luncheon for the entire community in which we're going to honor all the award winners this year. And this award winner will be there taking his or her place with other outstanding educators and expressing why they do what they do in front of the entire community. Okay. It is an award to show how important the teaching profession is. So each of you, as you get older and think about what you want to do, you will consider the awesome responsibility, but the tremendous rewards one gets in teaching, where you can change hundreds, if not thousands, of lives. And the reward comes with a monetary prize, because it's an award. It's got to be some kind of prize. It's a monetary prize. What does monetary mean? Money, exactly. The award winner will be getting a prize of $15,000. And that teacher can use those funds any way that he or she wants to use it. So it's a very exciting day. You have been great because you are as excited as I am to know that excellence is being recognized here at your school. So I think it's now time for me to share with you who is getting this award. Who is this excellent educator who comes to school every day to make your life better, who's made a difference in hundreds, if not thousands, of students' lives, in this teacher's career. This person who's going to be at the community luncheon, who the community is going to recognize, who is going to continue to do his or her magic in the classroom, and is going to get the monetary award. So, should we decide now? Should we not decide? We've already decided. Should we tell you now who's going to get this award? Yeah, should we? Okay. We'll be very quiet because I have the envelope here with the name of this very special teacher, none other than your own Ms. Marnie Greenwald. Ms. Raskin and Rabbi Aaron did such a great job of keeping this a secret that I think Marnie here is a little bit shocked right now. But I know that she has a few thousand words she wants to share with us. So I'm going to give you the microphone of how you feel and why you
I've been very privileged in all of my years as a teacher to spend my entire time in Jewish day schools. I taught in two, Emmanuel for 21 years. And I do what I do because it makes me happy. Every day I come to school, I'm doing the thing that makes me so happy in my life. And I can't think of another profession that I would ever choose. My mom was a very avid reader, and I grew up in a very small town in Minnesota, and one of the first things my mom did when I was of the appropriate age was to take me to the library. And she explained to me, you start with these books here and you read all the way around until you've read them all. And then you move upstairs to the adult library. And my mother had actually read all the books in the library in the town. And as I grew up, I thought, what better thing to do than to teach children to read? And to teach older children how to learn by reading. I'm just so privileged to be able to work in such a wonderful school, to be supported by my family. Teachers, thank you. As you said, teachers don't always get recognition, and we certainly do not choose to be teachers for the financial rewards or for the recognition, but it's for the reward of every day. And all of my life with my family, I have gotten accolades and support and encouragement to keep going because they felt that was the most important thing that I could do. So thank you so much.